Hello and welcome to round number 4 of the Go Race Promotions Simsports ATCC Masters. We are here at the lovely and terrifying Newcastle Street Circuit for this 4th round. I have a total of 12 drivers in the service so far. We still have a few minutes until we swap over to qualifying. But gee, what a great night for it. So, at the moment, at the very top, it is, as ever, Alfonso. And let's have a look at our championship leader. He's still in the pits. Absolutely dominating this this series so far. No one seems to be able to touch him at the moment. But anyway, let's try and find someone else on track at the moment. We have Ben Simpson in the Patronus Nissan Skyline, as he is currently 3rd fastest in the session. Just a few tenths off of Alfonso. Daniel Cycluna is certainly on the pace, only 0.014 of a second off of Alfonso's pace, but we're going to jump on board with Ben Simpson. As my GTR looks broken. Yeah, there's a couple of cars. So there's about 48 pit boxes in that pit lane, so they've had to overlap a few cars. Anyway, let's go through a lap of this circuit on the top of the Patronus Nissan Skyline. So we've just gone through turn 1. We're heading up to turn number 2, of course, where we saw Craig Lowndes and Scott McLaughlin have that infamous incident. I believe it was 2018 or 2019. Anyway, now we're coming down the hill through the roller coaster to the left and the right, and then finally this right hand. He can use that curb a little bit, although Simpson gets a little bit of a slide on. Manages to flick it back the other way into the bus stop. And now into this left-hander. Got to get a nice good exit. So from here you should be flat out. Hitting top speed around here. About 200 kilometers per hour. Now you got to get on the brakes and try and slow it down while turning the car. And you want to avoid doing that, locking the brake. Try to get the car rotated. He missed the apex a little bit there, did Simpson. And now through the final corner. Oh, he abuses that curb a little bit too much. These cars don't seem to like the curbs very much. And he is going to cross the line. It's not a great time, a 1:15.1. But still, that is not a bad time for race pace, I would say. Of course, his best time, a 14.4. While Alfonso, almost the only man in the 13s. Daniel Cycluna up there in the 13s as well. And we've got a few people in the naughty corner tonight. We have 2 qualifying bands tonight. The first one being Superstar, and the other one being Lachlan Nichols in the number 68 Volvo. Superstar there actually talking about his qualifying band in chat. Get some extra time to eat his dinner. There you go. There you go. Silver line to every cloud, isn't there, Superstar? Let's have a quick look around. So we got Marty here. We finally fixed his livery. And fairly basic livery for the number 42. So he tips it into turn 1 for his flying lap. Oh, absolutely clouts the curb and finds the tyre barrier. I do imagine we're going to be seeing that, a little bit of that tonight. As just behind him, I believe that will be Paddy Donnelly. Yes, it is. So Donnelly in the number 15, Holden Commodore. Not the top-ranked Holden Commodore tonight. That belongs to Ben Piper, I believe. We also have one other driver who has swapped cars, and that is Mark Trenery. He's jumped into the Toyota Celica Supra, whatever it is. And he seems to be liking life in it a little bit better than he did the Holden VL. So we'll wait and see what Mark can do tonight. He did have a difficult first night at round 1, but he's missed a couple of rounds, I think. But he's back tonight in the Supra, so great to see him back. Yeah, representing the number 77 Toyota Celica. He doesn't quite improve. Keeps it out of the fence. Alfonso, however, in the BMW, he manages to find the fence. So That's just showing you how hard Alfonso is pushing and how little room for error there is on this circuit. We talk about street circuits not having much room for error. This circuit itself, it really does offer zero margin for error. So, let's see. Superstar, $20 says pole up first corner. It doesn't count if you cause it though. So, that's mean. That's mean. No, I am predicting a little bit more conservative approaches tonight after, well, there was certainly a lot of pens handed out after the previous round at Oschersleben. So, hopefully we have a much cleaner race tonight. As again, Alfonso finds that fence. He's doing a lot of damage to that car. Right. We'll find someone else we can look at the moment. Let's have a look at Fando in the Max Flog Ford Mustang. He's been a very strong contender in this series, and he looks to be set to continue that trend tonight. We'll actually jump on board with him. So he certainly loves the Ford Mustang. See, this is the camera angle that I don't really utilise very often. So the camera hanging off the left-hand door. This will give you a really good idea of how close he gets to the wall. God, onboard cameras don't have cameramen on them. So we would have lost a couple of cameramen by now. This gives us a really good idea of what the tyres are doing around this circuit, and even the brake lockups and all the steering movements from the driver and the inputs as well. So this will be a really good angle that we should really be exploiting a fair bit more of in these broadcasts. Have a quick look, see where we are. We got 6 minutes until the start of qualifying, so these drivers will probably be starting to look at swapping to a qualifying setup and just getting that setup finalised before we jump into the qualifying session. So this is looking like a good lap for Fando. He's up on the Delta by a quarter of a second. Can he keep that left front tyre from locking up? He does indeed. He's pulled it up really nicely. Gets a nice laid apex. Has the car nice and straight by the time he gets to full throttle. It's exactly what you want in these cars. And this is looking like a very competitive time. He's up by 3/10. This should put him up into the top 4. Indeed it does. He's up into 4th. 1:14.4. Still a little bit off Alfonso's time, but he tightens up that 3rd to 5th battle. In fact, 3rd to 6th battle, actually, as we include Lachlan Nichols, although Nichols, driver who will also be sitting out qualifying. Unfortunately, he's been on the wrong end of the stick for penalties from the previous round. But, well, he'll be sure to be one of the drivers to watch charging through the field, along with Superstar and the other Volvo. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on Nichols and Superstar tonight. let's have a look at the fastest of the Commodores, and that is Ben Piper in the number 36 GIO Insurance Commodore. So he has been really a force to be reckoned with in the ATCC Masters. Really come a long way with his sim racing as well. Remember that he wasn't all that competitive in GT3, but he is loving life in the ATCC Masters. So I think we just had someone join. Yes, we did. That's good. So, also a fun fact just happened. Oh, we're back. Okay, that was a little bit weird. Fun fact, here on Go Race Promotions Twitch, we are almost at 300 followers as Piper goes up to third of 14-2. That tightens up that battle from third down to 7th now, which is great to see. Yeah, we are 5 followers away from 300 followers here on Twitch. So if you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do. Just like Bracco520 has already done, thank you very much for the follow 22 minutes ago. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. As we have about 3 minutes left in this session before we jump into qualifying. Let's have a little look at this man here, Chris Nipris in the number 61 Commodore. Now, had some information about Chris. He's twinged his back a little bit after TCX number 3. He's back in it tonight. I don't know how many laps he's done in this car on this circuit. But, well, he's just a little over a second off of Alfonso's pace in this session at least, so that probably explains or gives you a clue as to how much time he has spent in the sim since TCX3. But, hopefully he does get better with his back and he can start being a little bit more competitive as the season starts to head into the final stages. So he's just a little bit down on the delta, so sort of expect that Nipris will be very consistent tonight as he usually is. So he gets a nice clean exit out of the hairpin. Ooh, really revs up the engine on the downshift there. Does Chris have a heavy load cell brake or high wheel Newton meters? Well, I know he's using a CSL Elite, and he is using the V3 brakes. So I'd say he does have a heavy load cell brake. In fact, I remember trying to use it and I couldn't actually press the pedal myself. It actually kept on moving the chair back on me. But I know that he actually has sorted out that problem. So, no, this is related to other issues, unfortunately, for Chris. So I don't think it will have anything to do with his steering wheel setup. I'll give you a clue. It has everything to do with him lifting lots of heavy things. As well, we've got a new fastest lap in the server, and that is a 1:13.1 from Marty. That has absolutely blown the field away. So brilliant lap from Marty, although this lap is 3 seconds off. But, well, we'll definitely keep an eye on Marty tonight. Too much rude. I'm not going there. That's my brother you're talking about, Chris. Ah! We are seeing something. That might explain why Marty is up a little bit. Anyway, we are, in fact, we are going to change the server over. So let's get into qualifying in about 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we have a new player connecting. Okay, that's always a problem. We'll just get that ready then. So there we go. We are into qualifying now. Whoa, okay, that was a little bit weird. Well, out the gate first is, as ever, Alfonso in the BMW. So he's taken a bit of a strange line, exiting pit lane, so to hope that these guys settle down a bit once we get into racing. Anyway, Alfonso will be the man who takes us around for the first flying lap of qualifying. 9 minutes on the clock for these guys to get their best lap in. As I believe Lachlan Nichols has forgotten he has got a quali ban. So hopefully one of the other drivers will remind him that he has got a quali ban. And he'll return to pits, otherwise it will be a quali ban for the next race. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get started with a lap with Alfonso, the man who is currently leading the championship, and he's had a massive gap for much of this season. As Marty finds the wall in the background, I think Simpson does as well. So, Alfonso manages to keep it out of the fence on that first corner. We've got Marty just behind him in the Celica. Now, Ben Simpson also in the Skyline. I've had a lot of reports from the Skyline drivers that around here the turbo lag is absolutely killing them. Now, this is the lovely thing about Group A and Group C. Every car has got an advantage and a disadvantage. So, of course, the normally aspirated cars like the BMW we are seeing here and the Commodores, as well as the Mustang of Fando, they have got real good immediate response. Try and see if we can. Here we go. Now we got the display I want. So purple sectors lighting up everywhere on the leaderboard as Alfonso rounds the final corner. It's going to be a good lap. A 1:12.5 the prediction. So this is a huge improvement for Alfonso. No, it's a 1:14.3. So he's currently top. Marty goes into second. No, Ben Simpson goes into second. Next across the line, it will be Ben Piper. He manages third fastest. Waiting on Mark Trenery and Chris Nipris. Trenery goes up to fifth. Nipris, where will he end up? He goes up to fourth. A 15.5 for Nipris. Let's wait for Fando. He's just coming around the hairpin now. Got to keep an eye on this guy. He is quick no matter what the circuit is. We've already got a purple sector for Alfonso on his second flying lap, as that is actually Paddy Donnelly who'll be next over the line. Cycluna actually up into second. Paddy Donnelly, what will he stop the clock at? Actually, that is his outlap, so never mind. We'll jump on, we'll catch Fando as he crosses the line. That must have been an outlap as well. We got purple sectors lining up everywhere. So Alfonso, he's 4/10 up on his previous time. Fastest second sector for Alfonso, up by 0.3 of a second on his own time. Cycluna and Donnelly also setting purple first sectors. So here comes Alfonso out of the final corner, gets the power down nicely. Oh, Hill up into third in the number 38 Skyline. So Hill, he is on the pace. There we go, the first 13 of the session. Alfonso does it. Marty moves up to 6, displaces Chris Nipris. Ben Simpson, he goes a 15.1. He can't do better than that for now. Piper up into third. So Alfonso, he's actually done another purple first sector, but he's binned it into the fence. That is the end of that session. Nipris up into fourth. We'll check in with Trenery, who's just ahead of Nipris. He's down in 8th. Oh, we got a purple sector for Ben Piper, but he's found the fence as well at turn number 2. So mistakes are happening. We'll check out Cycluna as he's crossed the line at 14.4. And he's found the fence at turn 1, so that is the end of that lap. We've got just over 5 minutes to go. That is Paddy Donnelly. He's currently 4th in the session, so Donnelly really enjoying the circuit tonight and the car combination. He's down a little bit on the first sector. He's up on his own delta. Tough circuit for pushing hard. Yeah, that's correct. Street circuits, they don't offer much margin for error. At this circuit especially does not allow any margin for error. So Donnelly takes a bit of a track sacrificing line through that left-hander at the bottom of the hill. Marty actually goes up into third now, 14.6 for Marty. So a great lap from Marty in the Celica, or Supra Celica. I don't know what they call it. They call it both in the file. Donnelly now backs it down, gets it pulled up. A little bit of oversteer. Gets the power down nicely though. And now exits the final corner. And there we go, 14.7 for Donnelly. It's not enough to improve his grid position. Josh Hill is up though. Still down on Alfonso's time. Svando moves up into 6th. This places Nipris down to 7th. Right on board now with Josh Hill. He rounds the final corner. Turbo boost is on now. And what's he stopping the clock at? It's a 1:15.0. It's his fastest lap, but it's just not enough to improve past Nipris, who's just pulled out of the pits ahead of him. Hopefully, as yet Nipris gets out of the way. That's what he might. Oh, here we go. Fando, he's up on his own time, down half a second on Alfonso's time. So this should be a 14.2 if everything goes to plan for him. So the prediction is 14.5. See if he gets the car pulled up into the final hairpin. Lots of brake locking going on between Fando and Ben Simpson. And thank you, Coley Online. That's follower 296. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Fando crosses the line. It's a 14.3. That puts him up to third. Ben Simpson into second, though. They've both displaced Daniel Cycluna in the number 28 Skyline. So not much of a gap from first to third, well, first to fourth really, as both Simpson and Fando set purple sectors in the first sector. Collie Online, is this stock car? No, it is not, mate. This is Australian Touring Car Championship, Group A and Group C. This is basically what we were running in Australia back in the late 80s, early 90s, pretty much. So very exciting series as well. And in fact, Fando's out of it. He's letting Ben Simpson get on with it. Simpson's actually up by almost 0.3 of a second on his own time. So this could be a pole-setting time for Ben Simpson. And with the clock running down, I don't think Alfonso will have enough time to respond on the track. Oh no, Simpson gets it wrong. He'll get one more shot at this time. He messes up that final corner, just grabs too much of that curb. And that is that lap done. And he knows what he has to do. He gets a little bit sideways out of the first corner. He has improved though, nonetheless, a 14... No, he hasn't. That is his best time. Gets good drive out of turn number 2. As Hill now moves up into 7th. Oh no, Simpson finds the wall. And he does return to pits in time for Fando to get through. So Simpson, he's locked into second for now. And he's at the mercy of the rest of the field. Nipris sets the purple first sector. Cycluna's on a good lap as well. He needs to find a couple more tenths though. The prediction is a 14 flat. Gets that skyline pulled up. Right, Curbs. I'll tell you where he got that low 13. He cut turn 1. So, Cycluna only manages 4th. The only other man who's up on his own delta is Chris Nipris. His best time of 14.9. This will be a great improvement if he can hold together. He gets good drive out of the final corner. And he does improve, but he can't get off that 5th row. Oh, here we go. So Cyclona, he's set purple sector 1. Donnelly's also up in the first sector as well. Down on his delta, though. Oh, big slide from Donnelly as he tries to get the power of the V8 to the tarmac. We'll check in with Cyclona. Oh, that is not very comfortable over that curb. He's lost a lot of time in this final sector. It is not going to be an improvement for him. And Donnelly has actually backed it in horribly at the hairpin, and he finds the fence. And that is the end of that. So let's jump to our final positions from qualifying. So at the top, it is Alfonso, setting a 1:13.8. That is the pole time once again for Alfonso. Ben Simpson will join him on the front row. 1:14 flat for him. So he'll be happy with a front row start tonight, unlike the previous rounds where he's had to start a couple of rows off the last competing car. And we have Fando and Daniel Cyclone off of row number 2. Row number 3, we have Ben Piper and Marty, Josh Hill and Paddy Donnelly off row 4, sorry. And we have Chris Nipris and Mark Trenery off of row number 5 over the page, and making up the rest of our field will be Lachlan Nichols and Superstar, both drivers having qualifying bans after the previous round at Osher Slaven. So we'll take a quick break and hopefully we will be bringing in our co-commentator. Which will be Justin ReadyX. So we are about ready to get started on race number 1. Joining me in the commentary box is Justin ReadyX, our Super GT3 champion. How you going, Justin?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining me. It's much easier to do commentary when there's 2 people in the commentary box. So very much appreciate you joining us tonight. So we have got 20 laps, well, 2 races of 20 laps around Newcastle. It's going to be hell for a lot of these cars. Of course, they're not friendly on their tyres at the best of times, are they?
Yeah, these look like they drift most corners, so tyre temps could be an issue and wear.
Yeah, it's indeed. And I love that you brought up the lap record around here, 1:10.3 by Scott McLaughlin in a V8 supercar. And these guys were doing 1:13s in technology from the 1980s. So that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, I was quite impressed. I was just looking for the corner names and I stumbled across that. I thought, not bad, everyone.
Yeah. I mean, we'll ignore that this is a simulation.
It's a very accurate simulation for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, that's true. Assetto Corsa is very, very good as a simulator. Oh boy, who are you liking so far? I mean, it's hard to go past Alfonso.
It really is. As a fellow BMW fan, that's he's got my my vote at the moment, and he's pretty untouchable throughout the series. So it does depend on carnage around here.
Well, after the penalty fest of Osher Slaven, I think a lot of drivers will be taking a little bit more of a conservative approach
Most
going
certainly.
into tonight's racing. Certainly, there was a lot of penalties handed out. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, I was watching the stream. I couldn't join you in the commentary for that one, but it was yes,
it
quite a
was
thing.
there was quite a bit of carnage, but hopefully we get the racing on tonight, and it'll be nice, clean, and brilliant racing. Although this track, not a lot of passing opportunities. I think it's pretty well turn 2, maybe the bottom of the hill if you got a willing dance partner, and that hairpin at the end of that back straight, and maybe the final corner where you can make a pass stick.
Yeah, I think that I've seen a couple of people go too wide through some of that last complex and make it happen.
We're about to find out. I mean, we've got to remember Superstar and Lachlan Nichols at the back of this grid. I imagine that these guys will just be trying to get through as cleanly as possible. Of course, it is a reverse top 5 race 2, so pretty much if these guys can pick their way, those guys can pick their way through and get up to 5th, they'll be sitting pretty for race 2. Anyway, we are about to get started as the lights begin to light up on our screen. We have 6 lights on, 6 lights out. We are away and racing at a great start from the front row. Oh my God, we got a lot of jittering with our screen here. So Alfonso has a clear start. I think the 2 skylines of Ben Simpson, and I believe that oh, we got a Celica up in the air.
Oh, up in the air.
Whoa, okay, that was wild there. But it is Alfonso out in front, and he's got a clear lead over Ben Simpson. We saw both the skylines actually bogged down. And Trenery has found the fence in the Celica. He was the Celica we saw get up on 2 wheels and on top of another driver in turn 1. So that was a very wild start. I think I have a feeling turn 1 is going to be investigated after this race. So we're off to a good start already.
Yeah, I have a feeling Trenery should have no problem catching this pack because they're going to slow each other down through these sort of very tight corners.
Oh, okay, there we go. Jeez, I don't know why my PC keeps doing that. It just keeps on locking up and then unlocking itself. But it's nothing ominous. Oh, here comes a bit of a send here from that's Bando. Picked the wrong car. Oh, look at Nichols. He's already up to 8th. Superstar into 10th. He's just been passed by Paddy Donnelly though. So
I think I saw Superstar giving himself some backing in before it started, hoping for some turn 1 action so that he could make up some spots.
Yeah, well, there was a little bit of carnage in turn 1, but not as much as what he probably hoped for. That is Simpson around and Cycluna. So the 2 skylines have taken each other. Well, I think Simpson, he was out in front. I have a feeling he found that tyre barrier and Cycluna had nowhere to go.
No, yeah, that's the problem with those corners. The next guy is just right there, whether you make a mistake or not.
I'll tell you what, the big winner out of that is Chris Nipris. He's gone from 9th and he's up to 4th already. He's got Lachlan Nichols behind him though, and Nichols is on a bit of a charge at the moment.
Chris is a great defender, so I'm keen to see this one play out. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with Lachlan's speed.
Well, we got one of the most aggressive drivers on attack versus one of the best drivers on defence in this race right now. Although the Commodore just sort of streaks away from the Volvo. Nichols finds the fence not once but twice. That's going to allow Piper through. Speaking of aggressive attackers, that's of course Ben Piper, one of the good old boys from karting.
Piper's bonnet paint job.
Yeah, I'd say he's found the fence, and well, that's part of the damage model apparently. You don't lose body parts, you just lose paint, and you just have primer underneath the car. Yeah. So Ben Piper now takes over the leading pack. Oh, I just see Superstar in the background. He's found the fence, and down the leaderboard he tumbles back behind Mark Trenery. So I just saw that in the background there. So turn 1 claims another victim.
Yeah, there's nothing soft about that tyre bundle. It's just ricocheting people across the track. So one to avoid.
Yeah, yes, indeed. It's kind of refreshing to say someone's found the fence in turn 1 rather than turn 8. It's always turn 8 usually. No, it seriously is. You think about it. Think about it. All the worst corners on every track, it's always turn 8.
I'd have to have a look at some of your examples. I can't recall.
Well, if we think about Bathurst, what, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8. Yeah, that's going into McPhillamy, so
Yeah, down the hill. Yep.
Oh, Superstars. That was locked front brakes, I believe. He manages to rejoin just in front of Cycluna. Now, here we go. So Fando, he's also had a good first half of this first race. He's up into second. He's taking Marty with him, and Chris Nipris is going with him too. Nichols has found the fence just behind Ben Piper. Saw him having a bit of a half look around the outside, and well, that's not where you want to be into turn 1. In fact, he's finding the fence in a few places this race.
The gap to Alfonso's come right down, so I'm not sure if he made a mistake or Fando's just on a proper charge.
Ah, Cyclona, he's found the fence at turn 2. It is a very difficult corner, turn 2. Believe it or not. Even though it's uphill, it's still very hard to get the car slowed down. I'll refocus on Chris Nipris again as he's sitting in 4th position. He'll be happy with this. But the problem is, he's still got 3/4 of a race to go, and he's got Ben Piper and Lachlan Nichols right behind him.
Yeah, the early instance, I think I've put some quick guys at the back half of this field, so there's a semi-reverse grid going on, so there should be some action of overtakes coming through.
1:14.1 from Alfonso, fastest lap of the race. He is definitely on a charge. Tell you what, Nipris is actually catching onto the back of Marty. So this will be interesting to see if Nipris can take over that last podium position. Ooh. Speak too soon.
I think there's going to be a lot of taily cars towards the back end of this
here we
race.
go, send from Nichols. He pulls out of it. That was brave. Tell you what, Ben Piper, he knows how to make a car wide. I've watched him in karting, and yeah, he's certainly not an easy drive to get around. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this battle as well, Nichols is still all over the back of Piper. In fact, let's jump on board with Nichols. Gets the power down out of the final corner, down the main straight. In fact, Nipris is all over the back of Marty now as well. More than half a second faster than Marty that previous lap, so the number 61's on a charge. So the field is just starting to slowly lose touch with Alfonso. Oh, here we go.
Piper took too much curb. He's got a bad run.
Now we're going to see another send here from Nichols. He's close enough. Here he goes. He jams up the inside. Oh, he touches Piper and oh, well, he's going to readdress. Oh, gives him another little tap. And he goes for the move again. I don't know.
That was a little bit pushy.
Was a little bit pushy. What it's done is it's given Nipris a huge amount of breathing room, but expect Piper to fight straight back. He's a good scrapper. And that has brought Donnelly into it as well, so the number 15 Holden Commodore, he's absolutely loving that up ahead. In fact, he's got to run on Piper, but turn 1, not a good place for a passing opportunity. Maybe into turn 2.
I'm wondering if Piper's going to start to push back on Nichols with the same sort of aggressive overtakes.
Quite possibly.
He touched him a little bit.
He's just got to settle. What he'll do is he'll just settle himself back into his rhythm, and he should be able to latch onto the back of the Volvo up ahead. Like, Piper's got pace. Whatever he's doing with this Commodore, it's working for him. So I think the one thing that's going to hurt the VL tonight is Nichols gets a little bit sideways into the hairpin. That'll give Piper some encouragement. One of the big weak points of the Commodore is its tyres. We've got a good battle down here as well for the last, for 11th position. We've got Superstar and Cycluna. Cycluna about to get the old switch back in the final corner from Superstar.
Textbook under and over.
Not
oh, well defended on exit.
Superstar's just jumped into pit lane.
Oh no. That's cost him. He's a lap down.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. He just jumped back to pit. I think he bumped a button.
Surely unless he's got a button mapped on his wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't have return to pits mapped to your steering wheel.
I had that in Silverstone. I don't know if you remember. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So Nichols has jammed up the inside of Nipris. Nipris should get the drive out of that left-hander. And this will bring Piper back into the battle as well. Oh, good. Some high ping for Nichols as well. So that'll be something some of these guys will have to watch out for. Oh, Nipris grabs a break and Nichols gives him a bit of a side swipe.
Piper's going to be the beneficiary of all this.
He's on the wrong side of the track. Oh, Nipris has spun around as well. He's found the fence.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So Piper, he's got the switch back. And someone's going to have to give at turn 1, and it's not going to be Piper. Nichols is trying to fight back. He can't do it. Piper's found the fence. Nichols has found the fence.
Play on.
Oh, Nichols gets stuck on that fence. Oh, and he gives Piper a punt. That.
Oh my gosh.
I think that is
glitch.
more. That's internet connection. He does readdress. Yeah, that.
Well, that was hectic.
Yeah, well, I mean, for some reason his internet is not quite playing the game tonight. So hopefully the other guys are recognising that at the moment.
Donnelly's smashed it through there now. He's up in the 4th. And the big loser was Chris Nipris.
So Simpson is now back in touch with Nichols. So we're just about to hit the halfway point of this race. Oh. Yeah, you can just see on our little timing screen there, we got an idea of their ping, and Nichols' connection is just all over the place at the moment. So that's probably causing a lot of his issues at the moment. But hopefully he can get that sorted for race number 2. But, person in the box seat, after, well, almost binning it, I think he did bin it at some point, is Josh Hill. Oh, okay. This is getting a little bit rowdy.
People are starting to lose a lot of paint.
I think a lot of patience as well. It is the problem with sprint racing. Patience sort of goes out the window. As Simpson now on the back of Nichols' Volvo. I think that Volvo's rear tyres are just about gone. Jump on board with Simpson for this one. You can see Nichols backing it into the hairpin.
Struggling.
Yep. You got to imagine that Simpson's car would be worse for wear as well. He found the tyre barrier big time at turn 1. And then I believe he got collected by Cycluna as well. Cycluna's actually caught onto the back of Trenery too. So buyback is on for Cycluna. Now jump on board with him. God, we need some noise. That bonnet cam is too quiet. moves up ahead. We got Simpson all over the back of Nichols, still Trenery all over the back of Nipris. Oh, got to jump on board with Trenery now. Now this is where the Commodore seems to have the legs on the Supra. Doesn't seem. There we go. See you later, son.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
It had a big squat and it just took off. Yeah.
I do believe that the Sleeker's a little bit better on tyres. As Cyclona's sticking the nose in. Simpson's sticking the nose in on Nichols. As Marty sets his personal best of 1:15.1. He's sitting in third just behind Fando.
Alfonso's got a 6.5 second lead at the moment, so he's legging it away from the pack.
Oh, Trenery's in the fence. Simpson's in the
Oh.
fence. Oh. That was close for Nipris and Trenery. God, for sim racing, it saves all the cars, doesn't it? And Simpson's actually returned to pits. So he'll be doing race number 2 from the back of the grid, I think, unless he goes out ahead of Superstar. Oh, here we go.
Well, that's a great exit. And I think he's forced an error on Chris there by sort of setting it up the inside and making him brake and turn in a bit wider than he'd like to.
Nipris, he didn't leave much room, but Trenery just had to put the nose there, and I think that spooked Chris a little bit.
Yeah, so that's what happened. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's now Cyclona, sticks the nose in. Nipris will give him space, but he will fight it all the way. And
on the inside for this one, if he can get it pulled up neatly.
Cyclona makes him get onto the curb, but Cyclona finds that fence. This race has turned very frustrating for Chris Nipris.
He definitely had the pace to be up in fourth, and yeah, he got spun around, I think, by Nichols, and it hasn't been the same since. Maybe carrying damage.
Quite possibly carrying some damage. But, well, we can say it right now, commentator's curse. I've successfully given my own brother the commentator's curse.
So don't mention him in the next race. He'll do well.
Yeah.
Just avoid it altogether.
Yep. Look, my phone will be ready to explode any minute now. Anyway, Josh Hill is chasing Paddy Donnelly. Now, he's also got Ben Piper behind him, and Piper, he's probably already just decided to settle for 4th. So, but I think he'd take 5th if he can get pole position for race 2.
I forgot to check, but I'm pretty sure it was pole on the outside of the track. So second might have a might take the lead if they get a good enough launch.
Pelican Toucher, I'm assuming that's Ben Simpson. Yes, we did notice that his ping was pretty high, but it seems to have settled down a little bit. Not sure what was going on, but it's been noted. Anyway, we've still got a race going on here. Josh Hill is chasing down Paddy Donnelly. So we'll actually jump on board with him now. Whoa! Piper in the background there. And he's found the fence, finally. And that's going to give Nichols a chance to go around him here, get the switch back down the main straight. Oh, he almost grabbed the rear bar.
I think we're starting to see some very old tyres. We've got 5 laps left.
Oh yeah, the VL is going to be feeling very second-hand. 1:18.4 from Piper's last lap. So, oh, here we go. So Nipris now up into 9th. He's just got around Mark Trenery. So he's lost a lot of time to Daniel Cycluna. Oh, here comes Nichols again with the
Oh.
send. That is his move. That is his trademark
corner.
move tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Piper has held off. And now watch the drive from the Commodore down the back straight, although Nichols has got a little bit of an overlap down the straight.
This is where I get nervous, this turning, braking sort of entry.
Nichols
Especially
going
racing.
for the dive. Nose is there. Piper gives him space.
It's been great, clean racing.
And Piper survives for another lap at least.
That was a great battle.
Great exchange there. Let's look at the back of Piper. Can't really see the headlights of the Volvo. Now, Nichols should get much better drive out of turn one. He stayed off that curb. But the power of the Commodore in the straight line just can't beat it at the moment. So Piper wise to Nichols' attack.
Yeah, absolutely. He's read that one well.
Oh, that's about the fourth time that Nichols has put it up the inside of him there. So if you haven't learnt by the fifth time, you might have problems. Ooh, Nichols slides it in. Absolutely backs it in the Volvo.
He's going for his good exit onto that main straight.
But, talk of the Commodore though, it's helping him out. Cyclone is actually fighting his way onto the back of this battle, although 3 laps left to run. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time. Again, a big slide on the entry for Nichols. Piper parks it on the inside line there. So Nichols is going to have to work on something else. Might get a run here, but Piper is aware of it. He's just got to get the drive now. So he's got to be careful here because he doesn't quite have the overlap. Piper will give him a little bit of a squeeze. Nichols is just going to park it on the apex. Do they touch? A little bit of a touch. But, Piper gets into the rear bar. Nichols sideways.
Nichols is drifting to the exit. Now it's a drag race. Commodore power.
Drag race that the Commodore will win. So this is helping Cycluna. So he's watching this battle, just rubbing his hands together. I tell you what, Fando's actually ripped 4 seconds out of Alfonso's gap.
Oh, whoa. What was Alfonso's last lap? He must have made a mistake. That doesn't... It was still 7 seconds a couple of laps ago, actually.
15 versus... So they're both in the 15s, but I'd say it was a few laps ago that Alfonso's made a mistake. Donnelly's still hanging on to 4th position. Hill, I think... if he's smart, he'll probably just settle for 5th. So that'll give him pole position for race 2.
Well, he can breathe again now. I'm pretty sure that Piper was catching him, even battling then with Nichols.
Nichols defends against Cycluna. Cycluna is looking for the dive into the final hairpin there. To the final corner they go. Managed to hold it. That's going to give Cycluna all the encouragement he needs. We're about to wrap up this first race. Oh no, Cycluna's found the wall. Oh no.
Oh.
Just saw it. He just clipped that wall coming down the hill. And that is the end of that race, unfortunately, for Daniel Cycluna. Great battle for him, but just couldn't get anything done there. So that's the end of that. Well, a man we haven't given any time to is this man here, still in the 14s now. He's got that gap back up to almost 4 seconds. But Alfonso, just a machine at the moment.
Yeah, it's super clean. He's still got all the paint on his bonnet, so that's a sign that he hasn't been tussling.
He hasn't found any barriers by the looks of things either. It's a very clean car. Once again, through the bus stop. BMW really does like these corners here.
Oh, wow, beautiful. It might not like them as much as he's just driving this car very well. It's always hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, Alfonso just seems to be quick in no matter what he drives. He's, of course, our reigning Super GT 500 champion, which we had the new GT 500s at TCX3.
Yeah, great cars to drive. Looking forward to that series.
Yeah, as Alfonso, he'll take home race number 1.
Well deserved. Clean race.
Absolutely. Fando will come home in second, just ahead of Marty. So that was pretty tight between those two. Donnelly will come home in 4th, Josh Hill 5th, so he'll get pole position for race number 2. Ben Piper 6th. And Nichols 7th, Cycluna 8th. Mark Trenny will come home in 9th, and the last of the final top 10, final position in the top 10, Chris Nipris, he's going to be gutted.
What happened there? Did Cycluna get in front of Nipris? No.
Yeah.
I can't remember him being that far back. Yeah, that happened a few laps ago. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. It's Thursday too. What's going on?
Got a whole day of work left.
Oh yeah. That's the frustrated cruise home of Chris Nipris.
Yeah, that wasn't his race.
Disappointing end for him.
Well, that had a lot of excitement. I can only expect a reverse grid to do slightly more for us.
Not a reverse grid, but a reverse top 5. So that's not too bad. Shouldn't be as bad. So let's run through the final positions of that race. So Alfonso, as ever, in first. Takes the win ahead of Fando and Marty. Paddy Donnelly and Josh Hill round out the top 5. Ben Piper, Lachlan Nichols, Daniel Cycluna, Mark Trennery and Chris Nipris rounds out the top 10. Then over the page we have Superstar and Ben Simpson rounding out our finishers. Although Ben Simpson did not finish, unfortunately. I believe he copped a little bit of damage. There was a little bit of a problem with Lachlan Nichols' connection, but thankfully that has cleaned up. 72, 74, 75. That's not too bad. I've seen worse.
So I think Fando and Marty came home 0.3 apart. So I'm pretty sure that gap on the last lap was more like 2 seconds. So I think Fando might have had just a minor mistake somewhere, and Marty really nearly got that second place off him.
Well, it looked like as if I thought Fando buttoned out a bit too early. Almost lost the position on the final.
It could have been that.
I've seen it happen.
There's often a lot of lines on the main straight. It confused the control line.
Yeah, very easy. Although you would imagine that you'd get used to which one's
You wait
which.
for the checkered flag to come up on the screen.
Pretty well.
So Lockie was pushing hard in that race. I'm wondering with the better ping if he's going to be the mover and shaker in this one, starting in 7th. If he can latch onto the back of Alfonso and try to follow them through, because he did have a bit of pace. Just some very unlucky battles.
I think we may have had a bit of a rage on the voice chat comms.
Right. I'm just reading that now.
Yeah.
A+ would rage again. Great.
Yep. Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks.
Oh, boy. Well, anyway, we're about set for race number 2. Rear tyres don't like donuts. No, they generally don't, Ben. They generally don't.
But people like donuts.
Yes. All kinds of donuts too, by the way. Oh, I love reading the chat. I love reading chat. Both chats, really. Out of the call. Okay, that's good. All right, well, let's run through the starting order for race number 2. So it is Josh Hill off the pole. Next to him will be Paddy Donnelly in the number 15 Holden VL Commodore. Marty and Fando will start off with row 2, and row number 3 will be Alfonso, the race 1 winner, and Ben Piper out of 6th. Lachlan Nichols, after starting at the very back of race 1, will be a little bit happier with 7th, no doubt. And so next to him will be Daniel Cycluna. Mark Trenery and Chris Nipris will make up row number 5. Then off the very back will be Superstar and Ben Simpson. Fortunately, only 12 drivers racing tonight. As you can see, we've got a lot of drivers that should be racing. That for some reason or other, they're just not able to turn up. Hopefully, they can make the rest of the rounds. So, who are we liking for race number 2 so far?
Oh, this reverse top 5's thrown me. Fando had a lot of speed in that one. He's pretty close to the front.
Though a bit of a note there I saw in the text chat that Mustang's a bit of a dog off the line, but so is the Skyline. We saw both the Skylines of Ben Simpson and Daniel Cycluna bogged down badly in race 1.
Absolutely.
Whereas the normally aspirated V8 of Paddy Donnelly, I'm liking him into turn 1. He should get the whole shot. And then if he can just make that Commodore as wide as humanly possible, I think he's in with a good chance at winning this race, actually. Anyway, let's find out the fun way, as the lights are now just about to turn on for us. We'll try swinging out to the right this time, instead of trying to go through the trees on the left. 6 lights on, 6 lights out. We are away and racing. A strong start from the front row. In fact, the Skyline of Josh Hill has not bogged down at all. We have Marty in the Celica trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. We have had a clean turn 1 by the looks of things. Yes, we have. Well done to all 12 drivers. So that is the start of race number 2. Josh Hill gets the whole shot ahead of Paddy Donnelly. Marty is just holding off Alfonso. Alfonso trying to go around the outside of Marty. We have a Stacks on the mill in the background. That is Lachlan Nichols, and it looks like Superstar Ben Simpson. And that's Mark Trenery as well, who's just getting pinballed around there. So that's going to have to be investigated, I reckon. Nipris has found the fence again. And he's very slow to get back up to speed, but he's starting to get back up onto it. Oh, he was just on the curb. Oh, I wonder how much damage he has got. He's going very slowly. I wonder if he's got bent steering.
Hard to tell at the moment. Just taking a moment to get back into it, I think.
Yes, indeed. Maybe just waiting
Might
for
have
those tyres to relax
twinged
a little
his
bit.
back.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He gripped the wheel too hard because it was all gone wrong.
Yeah. I'll have to look back on his Twitch stream. Oh no, he's up to speed now, so must have just been waiting for the tyres to relax. Oh, here we go. So Donnelly and Hill, this is what we want to see. We want to see a close battle for the lead of the race.
Absolutely being asked to work for it.
Alfonso only managed to get up to 4th on that first lap. As Hill sliding it around a little bit. This should be where the Skyline is stronger than the Commodore through these tight, twisty sections. So wait, we can have a look at the power of the Commodore down the straight. He's just starting to close in on the back of Hill. That is a very annoying squeaking noise. Am I the only one hearing that?
I think it's something to do with this cabin.
I think it's from the engine.
Oh, right.
Maybe. V8 engine is not meant to sound like that anyway.
No. You're a lot deeper.
Here
No
we
turbo
go.
squirt.
It's got a run. Pulls out of the slipstream. He should have the run into the braking zone. Alfonso's got a run on Marty as well. And Donnelly will take the lead.
Oh,
Not
he's
quite.
taken too much curb and got the wheel spin.
Yeah, he got on the throttle a little bit too hard, and Alfonso has made the move stick on Marty. Marty's trying to do a bit of a switchback. Not able to get it done. This has brought Fando and Ben Piper into the battle. So, well, we've almost got a 6-way battle for the lead. This is great stuff. This is what we want to see. Don't forget, we've got Cyclona and Simpson. They're also in the background there. 2 Skylines. I'm sure they'll be working together. Maybe. Yep, turn 2 is going to have to be investigated, I think. As Fando up the inside of Marty. Piper up the inside of Fando. Oh, this is getting a little bit close here. Just going to make a quick note.
Fando's going for it into turn 1 again. Hasn't been able to do it, and now they're 3 wide coming into turn 2.
Piper, he's managed to get around Fando. So now it'll be Piper's turn on the back of Marty. Alfonso's absolutely cleared these guys. See you later, son.
Yeah, this is split into 2 packs now. Unfortunately, not a 6-way battle, but we got a 3 at the front and then about a 5 after that. Yeah, top 8 drivers all in a pretty close train, really.
Back is Ben Simpson. He's had a good start from the back. I don't know if he got involved in that turn 2 shenanigans. Oh, here comes Fando with a big dive. He's had to pull out of it. Wasn't close enough. You can make that move work in a GT3. You can't really make it work in one of these cars. Oh, we got Nichols and Trenery getting together. I just saw that in the background.
The Volvo teammates now back in 10th and 11th, not where they'd like to be. Both have got this pace to be up top 5ing it. And Piper's through on Marty. And Donnelly's got the lead through Josh Hill. Not sure where that's happening.
We'll jump over to them. He's actually gapped them both. So
Actually gapped them very quickly. Alfonso's coming. But yeah, Donnelly just got past Hill. Optional timings.
Oh, Piper tries to squeeze up the inside of Marty. Marty slams that door shut. Geez, battle on for the lead as well. Hard to know where to look, really, isn't it?
I think Fando just lost the position as well to Cycluna.
Yes, he has. So Fando's had a bit of a shocking lap 5, I should say. He's dropped from 5th down to 7th. So maybe he made a few setup changes that haven't quite paid off for him. Piper's now got to run up to turn 2. They rub door handles and mirrors. Cycluna gets involved as well, and Cycluna around, and he's in a sketchy part of the circuit.
Yeah.
He's going to have to wait. Trenery gets through, gives a bit of a slide. Superstar almost got him as well. And Nipris will actually pass him too, so...
I think Nipris is slowly catching the pack after his really bad first lap.
And in fact, Cycluna has, in fact, left the...
Called it.
Yeah, he's called it there, so it's enough of that, he says. As actually Alfonso has made the move on Josh Hill as well.
It's going to instill some fear in Donnelly. It's got to be ultra clean, no mistakes, but there's still 14, 15 laps to go.
They've just gone quarter race distance. Simpson now, I think he has found the wall. He's turned around at turn 12. He's still going. Oh, look at this. So Fando, Superstar, Trenery, Nipris will buy into this as well. As also, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow, Squawk40. So that's follower 297. 2 wide through turn 1, if you don't mind. And there's still almost 3 wide. They're about to become a 4-way battle going into turn number 2. Nipris is on the back of Trenery. Fando fires it back up the inside of Superstar. Superstar gives him room. Gets a bit of a punt from Trenery. And Fando has also called it there, so...
Frustrating race for some guys. This is... Nipris is... Unfortunately, people keep retiring behind him, but Nipris is really keeping the pace up to the guys in front, catching them every time there's a battle. Considering he was 5 seconds down after lap 1. Yeah, Afonso is now 0.4, 0.5 behind Donnelly.
Donnelly's parking it on the apex. He's, the smart thing for him, he'll be trying to back Alfonso into the Ben Piper, Marty, Josh Hill battle. Oh no!
This battle?
That battle. I think that's.
I think
Nichols may have gone for the dive there at his corner.
Unfortunately, they're 4 seconds down the road now from Alfonso and Donnelly, so I don't think that's really an option to back them up that much. I think he's just going to have to absolutely put his best laps in for the next 12 laps.
That could be an option. I mean, Piper's doing some quick times.
Well, it's really bad luck for Josh Gill. I don't know what happened there to spin him around, but from 1st to 8th.
I think it's going to have to be an investigation. What turn is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, geez, the investigation's starting to pile up now. Anyway, Donnelly's
under a heap of pressure.
He's doing well though.
Absolutely great. Yeah, really good drive. I know this feeling when there's a quicker guy behind you, but you've got truck position. You've just got to not let anything go wrong, and they can't get past.
Well, right now for Donnelly, he just has to ignore that virtual mirror and just keep his eyes forward. You can see the headlights of Piper. They're starting to get a little bit closer now. So Piper just sets his fastest lap of the race at 14.9. He's 0.3 faster than Donnelly. So he's coming. We're only half race distance too. Oh, Fonzo gets a bit of a slide on.
Donnelly wishes this was the last lap.
Oh, he was wishing it was the last lap about 3 laps ago. Oh, here comes Alfonso. He's going for the switchback, but not going to work. Not going to work this time round.
Yeah, Donnelly's definitely taking those defensive lines where it's sort of slow but middle of the track.
And now the headlights are on for Alfonso. He's losing patience. Because look at the power of the Commodore in this.
That thing's got legs.
Yeah.
So Donnelly's going to be safe into sort of this last hairpin. I'm not sure what it is. Third last turn, second last turn, and then
12.
into turn 1. Yeah, he's going to be fine into those. He's just got to cover off all of the middle track dives. Yeah, look at it go.
See you later. Tell you what, Nipras has managed to fight his way back up to 6th, so...
Oh, wow, nicely done.
Yeah. It looks like he's catching Superstar as well and bringing Trenery with him.
Yeah, Superstars had a pretty decent race as well, I believe. I think he was a bit tangled lap 1, but yeah, driving clean to get back up to 5th. Maybe benefiting from a few people having spins and so forth.
This battle is still going. Alfonso is looking for the move.
Oh,
Donnelly just parks it in the middle of the track. Oh, he tries to get the nose in again. He's going to try and get the drive now out of this turn number 10, I think it is. But the power of the Commodore should defend Donnelly here. And all this is doing...
Donnelly's just going to keep his exits really, really strong.
Oh, Alfonso's going to send it anyway. Pulled out of it, though. This is... I was about to say, all this is doing, this is helping Piper.
Yeah, what was it? It was 4.5 seconds or something last time I checked. It's 2.7 now.
Yep.
So that's 2 seconds this battle's cost him so far. And that was only in 3 laps or so.
Yep, so Piper will be on the back of this in no time at all. And
I think Donnelly will like that.
Follower 298, that's YouTube X Wolf. Thank you very much for following. Are we going racing? No, we're racing already. We're racing already. You've joined in halfway through race 2. V8 Supercars? Not quite. Not quite. Oh, oh Alfonso, he's definitely applying the blowtorch. And the big problem is, if we jump on board with him, if you look in that rear vision mirror, that's what he's seeing, and that's probably what he is worried about. Those headlights of Ben Piper are getting bigger and bigger.
Down to 2.3 seconds. Yeah, it's maybe half a second a lap.
Oh, he gets onto the loud pedal. 6 lights were out a long time ago. Oh, he's found the fence. Oh, 209. No, not quite. Not quite, follower. That's a raid from Crude Driving. Getting raided by Crude Driving. Thank you for joining the stream, guys. You've come in. We've got about 7 laps left of this second race. So, welcome to our stream.
Alfonso's just had 3 of the messiest corners of his night, actually. He's hit the wall a couple of times, and Donnelly's absolutely wrapped about that. 1.2 second lead now.
It's probably the messiest lap he's had in his life, let's be honest. Get this guy to 300 tonight. Thank you, James. Thank you. Barely good at games. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm just going to quickly jump back because this battle is starting to get pretty close. Oh, there we go. Follower 298. That's barely good games as Nichols finds the wall just in the foreground there. Getting closer, unless I can't count. If you can't get me up to 300 tonight, you can always get me up to 300 tomorrow night because we're racing again. GT Club's GT4 League is on again. We had a bye last week, or a bit of a break, but we're back into it. 299 D3FC TV. Come on, one more. One more. I'm gonna get blue ball, don't I? Here we go, Nipritz now. He's got the run up into turn 2, and he's got that move done easily. He's parked on the apex.
Block pass. Nice.
Absolutely, yeah, absolute textbook block pass there. But remember how we were saying that Donnelly's
0.2.
Yep. Remember how we were saying that Donnelly had a break? It's gone. The break is over.
Yeah, that's finished.
Smoke goes over, boys. Back to work.
It might have been all he needed, just a little bit of a sort of get the heart rate down.
And Piper hasn't really closed in either. So Donnelly's just been able... There we go! 300! Sol KOBK. Unless you unfollow... Because I could have sworn you've already followed us. But there we go. 300 followers. What a stream. Thank you very much, everyone. It's very humbling, in fact, have 300 followers in less than a year on Twitch. Oh no! We were just saying how well Donnelly was going, and Alfonso's got him.
Alfonso, the tight line through turn 2 and got the power down.
He's got to work in these next 3 corners to build up a gap because that Commodore is lightning fast down the front straight. Or back straight, yeah, sorry.
If he can get a good exit.
I'll have to try and work something out for Sol. Follower number 300.
He has a gold livery the next time he joins us for sim racing.
Yeah, we'll have to give him a special livery if he ever does a race, because I swear I've seen him on our Discord. Vanderham, who won race 1? Who do you think? Give you a clue. He's currently leading.
The whole championship and this race.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So Donnelly's got a chance.
Donnelly with the legs.
Oh, what legs are the Commodore? Can he get it pulled up? He's got it done.
Oh, well done. You got to be right there to capitalise on those tiny mistakes. Beautifully done.
Not quite doing the double yet, Scooney. He's going to be vulnerable in the next 3 corners. Piper's now closed that gap, 1.3. Here he goes around the outside. No way! You can't do that!
He didn't even brake for that corner.
Oh, ridiculous. But now he's going to be vulnerable down the straight. Jump on board for this. But can't do anything with all that power. Oh, is he going to send it? No. Alfonso goes defensive. Takes a very aggressive line into turn number 12. Piper's onto the back of this. He's joined in. We've got Marty just in the background there as well. He might get involved in this as well if these guys keep battling away. Lap 17.
4 laps to go. This has become a very
Turn
good race.
1. Oh. Oh. Now Piper, he's going to have a run on Donnelly. Donnelly's going defensive. Oh, Paddy Donnelly. I reckon we're going to have to make this guy the star of race number 2.
Oh, absolutely. So far, he's got absolute driver of the race.
Yep.
He hasn't done a thing wrong yet. He just he was doing so well to hang off Alfonso and him get back in front, but unfortunately now he's got a bit more effort into defending than attacking, which is not ideal.
Alfonso's made another mistake. I think he found the fence coming out of turn number 10. This will give... Donnelly a chance. Alfonso is actually giving him the space. Donnelly might take the lead again. Into turn 12. Oh, Alfonso is not letting him have it. Oh, another slide there for Alfonso. And Donnelly, he'll take the lead, but Alfonso fights back. Oh, here we go.
Legs. He'll be fine.
Yep, and Piper will get involved as well.
Follow through if he can.
Into turn 1.
Gonna help Donnelly so much.
Oh, they get through, and Marty is now involved.
Marty's here. Oh, Donnelly's loving that. The fact that Piper got through, that was so good for him.
Marty has joined the battle. So Marty's having a good run. He's absolutely loved this. Piper's found the fence. Oh, Marty. Oh, Marty. Don't bin it now, mate.
That was wild. He's very lucky to have third still.
And now Alfonso, 1.3 seconds the gap between himself and Donnelly.
This race is absolutely not over.
Oh, no. No way. While Alfonso is in... Well, while Alfonso is on the track, he has a chance at winning. That's how good he is, folks.
That's the rule.
It is. We've also got a three-way battle down 5th, 6th, 7th. That's Nipris, Superstar, and Nichols. Ooh, Alfonso tags the fence again. Wow, what a race this has been.
Stay tuned for 3 quali laps from Alfonso now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the gap hasn't really come down. Oh, here we go. Now it will come down.
There's actually a really close battle between 5th, 6th, and 7th as well. They're all like within a second of each other.
Yep, so we're following Chris Nipris. We've got Superstar and the 2 Volvos here hounding the back of the Commodore. And we've also got Trenery in the background there. He could play a part in this battle too if these guys get stuck into each other. Alfonso's now got that gap to under a second again. The Nip. Oh no, don't give him that nickname.
Oh dear.
That's only been what our nickname all through high school. Probably been my dad's nickname, my dad's brother, my dad's other brother. It's not exactly an original nickname. Here we go. Now Nichols has got a run on Superstar. He's got the overlap as well, and
on the outside.
He's got it done.
Oh,
but Superstar's going to fire it back down the inside. And he's gonna hold on, but we're on the final lap now. Donnelly still leads. We're gonna have to tear our eyes away from this battle. Donnelly is leading this race. If I'm not mistaken, this will be his first race win in the ATCC Masters. Actually, it is, because pretty well it's just been Alfonso winning. But he's under a world of pressure as Alfonso goes around the outside again. No, he finds the fence! Again!
Come on, Donnelly.
He's going to have a lot of fans in chat if he wins this. This has been an incredible drive. He should have it from here. He's just got to get the braking zone right for turn number 12. He's got the gap. Alfonso can't brake from that far back and get the dive bomb. So Donnelly gets it around turn 12. We have a new fan of the reverse top 5 races. That's Paddy Donnelly. Comes out of the final corner. He has got it.
Brilliant drive, mate.
Well done. Paddy Donnelly, the winner of race 2. He leads home Alfonso. That deserves the burnout. Oh, Superstars managed to get around Nipris as well.
Back into 5th. That was what Chris took from him maybe 5 laps ago.
And Superstar will take home the final top 5 position. Well, we've got to give this guy all the credit he deserves. Paddy Donnelly, the winner of race number 2. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, right, a fisheye lens.
Some well-deserved donuts.
So, well done. And he's going to find
And
the
great
tyre barrier.
racing
Oh,
from
that's an invisible
Alfonso.
tyre barrier. There you go. So, well done to Paddy Donnelly. So, let's head back to the pit lane and we'll bring up our final results for race number 2. So, in first place, Paddy Donnelly, driver of the race, it has to be said. He had to battle his way past Alfonso not once but twice, and then had to fight him off for 3/4 of the race. Then in third, we have Ben Piper, a great fight back from 6th position. Marty in 4th, Superstar in 5th, Chris Nipris up to 6th from 10th. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. Lachlan Nichols in 7th, Mark Trenery in 8th, Josh Hill 9th, Fando in 10th. I think he was a DNF as well. Then we have Cycluna and Ben Simpson, all DNFs as well. So great driving from our field tonight. Well, that wraps it up tonight. Wraps up for us here on the stream. So that's it. We're done for another round of ATCC Masters. Wow, what a night.
That was huge. I think there's a 2-week break until the next one. I'm very excited.
Yep, we'll have a free week next week, but we will have something on, which is our club race on ACC. So we're going to be starting testing some ACC servers, and yeah, so that'll be fun. So hopefully, if you've got ACC, make sure you jump in and join our Discord. I'm just going to get a link ready for you guys out there.
So are they still awarding points for driver of the night based on your vote, Matt?
I wish. That's GT Club.
That's GT Club, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think Steve has made that a thing. But anyway, that is us for tonight. Driver of race number 1. We didn't actually discuss that one. Who got driver of the race for race 1?
It's not a very original one, but I'd say Alfonso. I can't remember there being a sort of a stellar drive in the midfield. There was a lot of action and carnage. So I can't really call that honestly, apart from giving it to Alfonso for just taking the lead and killing it out the front.
Yeah, I think Fando did a pretty good job of holding onto the back of Alfonso for a little bit, and he had a shocking qualifying, and managed to fight back through to second. Race number 2, no arguments. Paddy,
no discussion needed.
Yeah, no,
well done, Paddy.
Great
drive, and great respectful racing between Alfonso and himself through the latter stages too. It was a really good battle.
Very good. Well, anyway, that is us for the night, but don't forget to hit the follow button and hit the notification bell because we are live tomorrow night for GT Club's GT4 race, which you are racing in as well, Justin.
Go the Supra. Yeah, yep. It's around the it's a track out of Forza, I believe, the Bernese Alps. Yes, and I think we are getting air on some of the jumps, so it'll be good to see that on the stream.
Yeah, I have been seeing that on the GT Club Discord. A lot of screenshots of cars with no tyres touching the ground, which is a bit odd. Shouldn't be happening, but it's happening.
They're hard to handle when they're in the air.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, anyway, that is us for the night. We will see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.